Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you guys are already aware, I like to do a lot of update videos. Most of the time I decide to delete them or private them or whatever after I feel like they've been out long enough for other people that really saw it and they were like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it. The reason why is because I don't want to have like, oh, I'm returning and then I'm going on break, or I go back and forth and people are like, what the hell's going on? Why is this person like this? Well, if you guys didn't know, I took last week, the first week of October, to myself. And I'm going to show you. So if you guys didn't notice that, I came back on the 6th. Honestly, I kind of like Overwatch 2. It's not that bad if the servers are actually up and running. But I'm going to talk to you guys about something serious, okay? I want you guys to take your physical and mental health very, very seriously, okay? The reason why, and I know my mother's probably going to somehow see this because she likes to watch all of my update videos, and I'm going to be completely dead ass serious. 100% my mother's health got to me last week. I've gone through many surgeries with my mother and having to take care of her. My father had to do the same. And this one, I don't know what it was, but hearing what she had to go through, which I will never explain, this is probably the most personal stuff I have heard from her. And all I'm going to say is I'm very grateful to still have her today. No, it wasn't cancer. No, it wasn't anything to do with anything super deadly. It wasn't like she was dying, but she was in severe pain most of her life. Once she recovers from this, she'll be a brand new person, hope to God, because most of my awareness of my life, like when I became fully aware back when I was in like late middle school, I can't ever recall my mother ever being not in pain. Have you ever ran into a person who's always bitching, complaining, and whining and just can't get away from it? That was what I was going through with my mother. And I love her. I love her to death. I care for her. We go through our fights. That's family. But hearing that she's gone through 2 surgeries in less than probably, I want to say about a year. I want to say max 2 years. It was basically when COVID started to wheeze out, my mother went through her first surgery. 2 weeks ago, the week before October, my mother went through a second one. I seriously don't know what it was, but this second surgery felt like this could make it or break it. That's how my mental thought was. That's why I take my mental health so fucking seriously when it comes to this. And this is why I love, just even if it's 2, 3, 4 people watching this, I just love talking about it. It's the whole point of why I made this channel. And it was to basically be honest and tell you that there are problems in this world that even for myself, I know that other people are going through worse. Do you see this one thing right here? Hand to hand, together we stand. Back in school, I physically made that. And it was a moral of support way of saying we can never stop bullying, but we can always treat it in a better way. Now, I want to explain. To me, that motto is way more important to my life now than it was back in the day. My health has gone way worse than it has ever been. And you guys, my family, and even my friends have been there every step of the way. But I wish people would stop picking and bullying my mother. She has gone through probably far more surgeries and far more issues than any human I have ever met. 3 years ago, I want to say about 3 years ago, if we're going to count this to be like we're almost in 2023, I started going through problems with my family, my second half of my family, fighting against my mother. And it was fine at that time. And then in 2021, about almost the ending of COVID for my area, my family decided to bring one step further and deal with some things that I'm not going to really explain anymore. But when you were around my channel during that time, you know what happened. And it happened to be towards me, which brought my mother's health pretty much at its breaking point while she was going through other problems. And then on top of that, then she goes through some other things. And honestly, I wish I could bring things up, but I'm happy to be where I'm at with my mother. Hopefully that she's going to recover very quick. As far as I know, she's going to be recovering in the next like 4 or 5 weeks, hopefully. But this was probably one of the longest recoveries I've ever seen her have. I'm just wishing that she was healthy, you know? She'll never be the same. She'll never be like me or my father or anyone I know. She'll always be basically broken. It's just the way she's gonna be. But people keep pushing her down. Just pushing her down. Making her feel like she's useless at times, hopeless, and she just wants to be happy. Which hurts me, you know? It hurts me. My friends have family that have problems. They do. Some people can go through heart attacks. Some people can go through issues that are mental. People can go through cancer. Cancer is inevitable, you know? But no one can go through both physical and mental abuse as most humans. My mother has gone through both at the same time. I have met a lot of people that do the same, but they take it one step further, you know? It's like having gasoline and then you have a bonfire. You mix them both together and you make a forest fire. That's what my mother goes through. She has gone through both pain in her stomach, back, and around her tailbone area, all at the same time, while going through mental abuse to the extreme. Now, try to think about that. I'm pretty sure you could probably imagine everything now. But then you gotta put in. Have you ever gone through a moment in your life in school and you have this one person who's just punching you in your stomach countless of times, push you to the ground, and then kick you while you're down? Now times that by 4, maybe even 5. That's basically everything that my mind is going through, thinking of how my mother is right now, but then pissing me off at the same time. Things that I can't control or fix because it's just the way life is. The whole moral of this video is that I just wish people were to lay the fuck off my mother. I'm not going to say that we have people bullying through chat while I'm live or anything like that. I'm just talking about reality. People in front of her just knocking her down and then just kicking her while she's down. She's doing the best she can, you know? That's all I want. I can't keep rambling like this right now because I'm just going to get more frustrated, but that's why I've been gone. I've been going through so much mental problems because I'm so fucking worried that something bad could happen. I know that it's not my problem. It's not my fault that I'm taking breaks like this. I'm glad that I'm keeping up with what my promise was to you guys. But at the same time, I hate that I go through mental problems so often. And I can't keep promises. So from now on, if I go on a hiatus, I'll come back and apologize. But I'm going to make one assumption and one promise only. I will always make up my mistakes. Okay? For example, before I go, alright? See this video? October 6th, then September 23rd. I had a new schedule on August 28th. And then we have a September 23rd. I'm always consistent, if you can tell. We have September 6th and August 2nd, August 19th, August 13th, August 28th, September 23rd. I have never broke streak in a way of saying I was never here that week. I have always made at least 1 to 2 videos a week, except for the exception of maybe 1 week. As I promised in that private video, I said I was going to make 2 videos a week. If I make a third, I'll make 1 week absent. And I did. Until last week, where I broke a promise because I made 2 videos that 1 week and made nothing for a full week. Is that a problem? No, absolutely not. But it hurts me because I'm over here worrying about somebody else, and then she's going through other problems at work, and then on top of that, I have my problems, and it's vice versa. She sees me depressed, she gets depressed. It's just the way of a family works. Even if I was living on my own, I would still be feeling the same way. Because that's how family should feel. You shouldn't have people bashing you. You shouldn't have other people harassing you. Because then you have other people beyond that other individual in their shadows seeing them that way, and it causes more chaos later on. That's where bullying comes in. You know, when you're in school, you're being harassed or you're being bullied, you're being pushed down. You go home to your parents. Now the bully doesn't realize what they caused. They caused more problems at home for that individual because they wanted to be that douchebag in school. And then on top of that, if that person has friends, now they're trying to cheer them up. And if they can't, now they feel like fucking horse shit. People need to grow up, figure out their problems ahead of time, and stop harassing others. That's the moral of this video. Alright? I love all of you. I'll catch you guys soon. And Ragers, out, guys.